Hey there, real quick, before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Clopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. I think that was Duck for welcome back to Kids Learn Piano Live. My name's Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? I am very excited because I have a video shoot this weekend for a new song that
and the new song is?
It's called Insane, and I'm very excited. I don't know if that's like supposed to be a secret.
Go check that out at Kendra Dantes Music.
Thank you.
This is becoming an advertisement for your channel every time.
Okay, that is not
But
intentional.
I'm excited. No, you're just telling me what you're excited about, and that is what you're excited about, and you should be, because that's
thank
super
you.
duper awesome.
Well, no, I'm not. I mean, not a whole lot else excitement. It's
Yeah,
not
okay.
been
You're
last
excited about the
week.
stuff you're doing. I'm excited for you too. I'm
Thank
also
you.
really excited for this whistle.
Yes.
It's not a whistle. It's a, I don't know. It's a really
Yes,
cool.
I have one too. Mine's pink.
Oh,
which
really?
is
Let me hear it.
Oh.
You got blow hard. You got it done.
How do you do this?
You have to be
Wait,
part
there's
duck.
like a tab
Sorry.
inside. Is that normal?
Is there what?
Okay. There's a tab inside. Is that normal?
I have no idea. But I have someone fine. Good luck with that. Anyway, let's get into our song
Mine's
today.
special.
Today, eventually, when after you've practiced this up, maybe today, maybe sometime later this week, the song is gonna sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. Okay, so that's what's gonna be eventually, but let's take this thing one note at a time. At the very beginning, we have this really weird big jump. We're gonna need to start on a G. Let me show you how to find a G. You find any group of 3 black notes, like those ones or those ones, and you're just gonna take the middle note in a group of 3 black notes, and you're gonna drag it a little bit to the left. We're gonna call that down. So we drag it a little bit down until you land on a white note, and that note is gonna be a G every single time. So I'm gonna use this group of 3 black notes right here. It doesn't matter which group of 3 black notes you use. You take the middle note and drag it just slightly down, and I'm gonna land on a G right there. And then I've gotta jump from that note up to an E. You don't have to worry about where an E is. You could know the next note over is gonna be an A, because the G is the last note in the musical alphabet, and so the next one would start back over. A, B, C, D, E, and count up to an E if you want. Or you can just jump over 4 notes. If you jump over 4 notes from a G, you'll land on an E every single time. So I'm just gonna go from this G right here, find the G, and skip over 1, 2, 3, 4 notes and land on that one right there. And that's the beginning of the song. This is probably the most important part of the song right here. It's also the hardest part. So now that you've got the G and the E, if you can just get those first 2 notes down, the rest of it's gonna be pretty easy sailing. It'll take some practice time, but they'll be a lot easier to find after this. So we're gonna go from G to E and say out loud, because we always say out loud the words 5 lit. 5 lit. And the counting on this is gonna go 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lit. Let's just try that much together. If you're in the archives, then pause the video right now and practice this 3 or 4 or 5 times, or until you feel comfortable with it. And if you're live with us, then just try to get these 2 notes. Even if you don't get them both, that's perfectly fine. Just try to find the notes. Let's go. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, go. 5 lit. Yes. Okay, cool. So that's the first 2 notes there. And then we're gonna play that E a whole bunch of times while we say the words out loud, because we always say the words out loud. Tull ducks. 5 little ducks. Okay, cool. So if we can get that far, then the next note that we need is gonna be that one right there. So 5 little ducks. Then went is gonna be the next note over. It happens to be an F. And then we're gonna come right back to that E that we just played. So 5 little ducks, go over to went, and then back down to out. 5 little ducks went out. Go 1 more note to the left, and that's gonna be the word 1, and it happens to be a D, and then you're gonna play it again and say out loud the word day. Now at the beginning of the lesson, most students were like, yeah, I can do this, and somewhere along the first line, a bunch of students went, oh no, he's going too fast, I can't do this with him anymore. If you're starting to feel like that, like, no, wait, hold on, I need to practice, that's because you need to practice. That's perfectly fine. You can come back to this video and rewatch any of the parts that you want as many times as you want. So we're just gonna try going through these notes, and then maybe I'm gonna play along with future you. Maybe you're not getting all these notes right now, but future you will. So get all the notes that you can. Don't worry about the ones that you missed. We're gonna try this first line together, maybe at least get those first 2 notes, and then I'll show you how to play the rest of it. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, here we go. 5 little ducks went out one day. Yeah, so that'll take some practice, but you'll be able to get the hang of it. And then if we do the exact same thing, like exact same thing, but we pretend like we messed up. Instead of going from the E or from the G and skipping over 4 notes and going up to the E and then going, if instead we only skip over 3 notes, we'd go G, D. That same exact move that we had a second ago, we're gonna just start on this note right here, D, 1 note lower than an E. So the exact same thing, but just 1 note lower, 1 note over. And that would be G, D, 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 E, D, C, C would be all the letters for it. But if I were you, I wouldn't pay attention to letters. I would just play the pattern, play the shape, or play the sound if you can do it by ear. So we've got 5 little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Good news. This next whole thing right here, this entire next section, mother duck said quack, 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 quack. That's the exact same thing as 5 little ducks went out one day. And then if we were to just chop off this 1 note right here, the entire next line would be the same exact thing as the second line. So basically you're playing the same thing 2 times in a row. You're just going to change 1 note. And that 1 note that you're going to change is this note right here. You're going to play a D, because before we went G, D, D, D. But this time we're going to play D, 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 D instead of G, D, D, D. The last one's actually easier than the first one. The first one we had to jump from a G up to a D. This time we get to just hang out on a D for this last line. Only 4 little ducks came back. So it's pretty much the same thing twice in a row. In fact, if you wanted to play the same thing twice in a row, you could. You could totally just play the first 2 lines twice through and you'd have the whole entire thing. Let's try that. Get all the notes that you can. I had a feeling our impatient clapper would be showing up soon. Okay, so I'm going to try playing the entire thing all the way through. If you want to just try the first 2 lines twice in a row, that's fine. And if you can only get the first couple notes, that's fine too. Get all the notes that you can. Don't worry about the ones that you miss. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little ducks went out one day over the hill and far. Now the exact same thing again. Mother duck said quack, 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 quack. But only 4 little ducks came back. All right, so I know some of you have already contacted me and let me know, like Jones Bands did, that there's no but in here. I'm saying the word but I'm not actually playing the note but. That's because it's really, really fast and kind of hard. But if you want to add in the but, then you could right here put but only 4, and that's going to be a G. But just be careful because that's going to be really super fast. If you want to play, but only 4 little ducks came back. And in the same way, up here, I'm actually only playing 1 G when I play it, but there's 2 that are written. So I'm playing like Mother Duck said, and that way I only have to play 1 G. Mother Duck said, and that way it's the same exact thing as the first line. But if you want to play all these notes here, you would have to play 2 G's there at the beginning. Mother Duck. You don't have to. You can do it the easy way if you want to. The other thing is that if this tune sounds super familiar to you, it's probably because you've already heard this song before as Hush Little Baby, Don't Say a Word. It's also Hush Little Baby. So if you've played Hush Little Baby, you almost know this whole entire thing. You just got to change a couple little notes for the words to be different. But pretty much it's going to be the exact same notes as Hush Little Baby was. Mother, you can cheat on that one right there by only playing 1 G. And if you want to not cheat at all and put but in, that one would be a G. Okay, that really is all of the notes. We'll have more time to practice this stuff. But first, I want to say happy birthday to everyone who has a January birthday. So does Clapper. Happy birthday to all of you. And Kendra, tell us about our weekly activity.
This activity is called Rhythm Flashcards. Shuffle the cards, then place them side by side to create a custom song. Then turn on the metronome at any speed and try playing the rhythm on any note. Or you can try clapping the rhythm. For even more combinations, cards can be used upside down.
And if you download this week's weekly activity, I think you'll also get the interval flashcards, which work very much the same way and are super helpful if you're in Clopple Academy on any level. Well, now it's time to play a little game called Diminished or Augmented. So here's how it works. There are two super weird chords in music. One of them is called a diminished chord. It sounds like this. And the other one's called an augmented chord, and it sounds like this. So I'm gonna play one of those two chords for you, and you've gotta race against Kendra to try to name the chord before she can figure out what the chord is. One of them is diminished. It sounds like this. It's super spooky, scary. Sounds like something terrible is about to happen. And the other one's an augmented chord, which kind of sounds a little bit like Alice falling down the rabbit hole. It's a little bit like out there. Not as spooky, but it like, I don't know, whatever that's called. That's the augmented chord. So Kendra, jump in with us here. I'm gonna play one chord.
These are so tricky.
Yeah, this is probably one of the trickiest games that we play here. So here's the first one. Is this chord diminished or augmented right here? That one right there. Try to guess at home before Kendra gets it. And Kendra, what do you think that one is?
Augmented?
That is not augmented.
Oh,
that one
so
right there
tricky.
is diminished. Right there. Okay, yeah, so hopefully you got that one at home. If you guessed diminished, then you're already ahead by one. Okay, so what about this next chord right here? Is this one right here augmented or diminished?
Sounds the same to me.
Okay, well, what was the last one?
It was diminished.
It was diminished.
So diminished again?
So it was diminished again, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It was actually different diminished chords, different diminished chord, but all the diminished chords pretty much sound the same. There's actually only 3 of them in the entire universe, but we won't get into that. If you want to learn more about that, that's probably a thing for Clopple Academy. What about this one right here? It's super low. It's hard to tell. It just sounds weird. Diminished or augmented?
That one doesn't sound like the other two, so I'm gonna go with augmented.
It is augmented. It's really low, but it is augmented. Okay, 2 more of these. Hopefully you're getting these at home. What about this one right here? That one. Sounds super scary, anticipatey, or Alice falling down the rabbit hole. What do you think, Kendra?
Augmented?
It is augmented, yeah. Nice work.
I was not sure about that one.
Okay, last one. This one right here. What do you think? Hopefully you're guessing this at home. And Kendra, what do you think?
Diminished?
It is indeed diminished. Yeah. Nice work. So that's diminished or augmented. If you got any of those right, then that's the hardest game that we have here. So you can definitely win the other games that we play too. And right now it's time for a little bit of mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week it's from Jake M77 who says, Dear Jamin, how do I see if my favorite song is already in the archives? Well, I want to show you on the website where you can go because there's kind of a secret little button that not everybody knows about. So, Kendra, if you would, throw up the tablet here. All right, so here's the website. If you go to the live streams and go down to songs from the archives and click on all lessons, that will show you all of the lessons that we have and all of them that we have in the archives. And there's lots of them. So the theme the theme songs from movies and shows are up at the top, and then songs from radio. So that's all of those. But however, if you go to live streams and then you actually click on the one that says songs from the archives right there, then this is also all the songs that we've ever done, but there's a little search bar right here. So if you're wanting to search for your song and you're like, I wonder if they've ever done, I can only think about the songs that are up here right now. You've Got a Friend in Me. Let's look for the Friend. Here we go. There's 3 Friend ones. Wow. I'll Be There For You, the Friends theme. You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story, and also Friend Like You from Captain Underpants. So that's how you can search for them if you go up to live streams and actually click on songs from the archives instead of clicking on all lessons there. So yes, absolutely, you can check that out. But you can also just email me anytime that you want and ask me, just like you did there. And so Jake M77 actually got the answer to the song he was wanting to do. So anyway, any way that you want to, but that's another way you can access any of the songs on the website. And now it's time for another little secret thing called Secret Information.
Secret information.
And this week in our top secret folder, if you are a Music Lessons in a Box subscriber, you already got the secret information. But let me show you. We could turn that down just a little bit, I think. Thanks. So this song, the entire song, is something that's called a motif. So a motif is just where you have an idea that is repeating. So remember how we said at the beginning that you're going to play that top thing and then you're just going to repeat that, right? Well, any idea that you just repeat that same shape somewhere else is a motif. So this whole entire song is a motif of... That's the entire song. The second thing in our folder says, oh yeah, that the last quack should have a fermata. That's right. So if you were gonna like see this, well, let's go to the sheet music here. On level 2, the very last quack, if we wanted to, we could put something in here that pretty much you only learn about in Clapple Academy. And that's this sign right here, which is called a bird's eye sometimes because it looks like a bird's eye, but it's also called a fermata. And a fermata means you get to just hang on to that just as long as you want. So on Mother Duck Said Quack, 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 if you listen to this like on the Super Simple Songs version, you'll notice they like kind of hold on to that one an extra long time. Well, that right there is a symbol for extra long time. It's called a fermata. Okay, last thing. Oh, this whole song, if you wanted to, this is the third thing on our list. The whole song could use a 6th harmony. So here's how 6th harmony works. Remember that thing I said at the beginning where I was like, if you skip over 4 notes, then you go up to that note, that's how you get to that second note? Well, that distance is called a 6th because there's 6 letters involved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters involved. So if you wanted to, you could just freeze your hand in that shape and play the entire song using that. Watch this. If I just freeze my hand in that position and I play it like this. Now I'm playing with my pinky that whole entire melody, but I'm playing a 6th below it. It's really pretty. You should try that out on a bunch of your other songs too, because usually 6th harmonies are really, really pretty. You just pay attention to your pinky, and that's what plays the melody, and then this guy down here is the one that's harmonizing with it. And you just freeze your hand in that position, always stay a 6th away, and it'll usually sound pretty, very pretty, and for this song, you can use 6th all the way through. That's all of our secret information, except for the secret information of who won the raffle. Let's find out if it's you. Congratulations, let us know what prize it is you want, and now it's time to level up, or if I were a duck, I would say.
Transitioning to Level 2. This may be confusing to Level 1 students, so please continue to practice the Level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.